Alright, we're back. Okay, so I got the cover off, and that's what it looks like right there. That was the cover. So again, there's 5 mounting screws that were on there. Okay, so now what you need to do is take your phone, a smartphone, and go ahead and take a picture, because this is labeled. And you can't see this very well. Let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. Let's go ahead and pick this up. So it is labeled. Okay, so this is we're going to stick with a W. This is a W here, and this is a Y, and then you have R, large R, little c, and then a G. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 4-wire system. So that's going to require another piece of hardware for me to actually install, and I'll show you how to install that. And that's this little power unit that you're going to have to install. And there's a compatibility checklist that they'll take you through, that ecobee will take you through, and I really did like that an awful lot. So they got these stickers as well. So the stickers are all labeled, and you can see the labels on the stickers. So I'm going to use that W right now, W1. Or W, and what you do is you take this screw, unscrew it here, because it's what we'll call a pigtail, and you want to just go ahead and put that on your wires so you don't forget what wires you're looking at. So you just go ahead and wrap this around your wire so you can keep track of what your wires that you have. So that's a really good idea. So it's double. It didn't leave me a lot of room, wouldn't you figure? So there's the W. I'm going to take this little guy down. So I'm going to go ahead and go around. So there's a couple more left, three left, and then I'll take off. And this is also mounted. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just finishing labeling these. Okay, so we got a couple more to go. There's a G. Let's go ahead and undo this screw. Again, it's a pigtail, so working on this. Go ahead and straighten this little G out. Nice and straight. And we'll find our little label. Our little G label. I'm going to put our G guy up there. You can see that? Okay. Label this. That's G. Let's go ahead and loop her around. Oh, that's nice. Right there. Okay. All right. We got RC. Go ahead and take this one out. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to put these screws back in. Usually I just put them in my mouth and so I'm sitting there, but I don't want a bunch of screws, 4 screws sticking in my mouth that way. So also this is not only good for your controlling your temperature of your house, that's what thermostats do, but this is more energy efficient. So you can actually claim this as a energy efficient savings on your taxes. So that's always a bonus that the government will do that for you, help you out. All right, RC is next. Take this little guy out. Now, I'm not an electrician, I'm not heating air. I have no degrees in any of that whatsoever. I am just a teacher. I'm an educator. Okay, so what I found is I do have 4 of the lines labeled now, and I found another one, a 5th one, which is actually, it was turned and it was pushed back. So far you couldn't even see much of a wire, so I was like, oh, another wire, it's a blue wire. So this was not connected whatsoever, so I'm going to go ahead and call up the company and find out where this wire would belong to. So instead of looking at a 4-wire system, which would require that other external power unit, I don't think right at this moment that we're going to need that, which is a good thing. Now, unless the company says we still do, even though we have 5 wire systems or wires here for our system. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a call and see what it is, and I'll let you know. Okay, I went ahead and just got off the phone with the company here that makes this thermostat, and they said to go ahead and label this blue wire C, and now I have to go down to the furnace and double check and see if that wire, the blue wire, and then that should be plugged into C down there. So what needs to happen is all these wires up here in the thermostat need to match all the wires down in the furnace and to correlate with their letters. So we're going to go downstairs to the furnace and double check and see about this blue wire and see where that's at, and go ahead and place it where it needs to go. And then I'll come back up here and start putting things together and showing you how to do that. Okay, as you can tell, we're looking at these right here. This is a W, this is the Y, this is the R, this is the C, and this is the G. And that's what we have upstairs with the thermostat. And what's happening, I'm getting my fingers in the way here, this is a blue line, and it is not connected to any of these right here. But we do have a double, it looks like. We have a Y, which is connected to looks like a red and a yellow together, more of like a pink and a yellow, because ours is red, white is, W is white. It looks like C is also white, and then G is green, and then we have this blue line coming down. So what I'll do is call the company again. I had to be on hold for a little while there, and see, this needs to correlate, because this is all that goes upstairs to your thermostat. Okay, that needs to match up. So I'm going to call them about this and see what they can recommend for this furnace. Okay, so I'll let you know what happens. Okay, just to update you a little bit on what I've been doing, I had to call the company again, and this time I was on hold for about 40 minutes, and got a hold of a rep, and it only took about, I don't know, less than 30 seconds to come up with the answer. And what had happened is there's another system that was connected to the thermostat itself. Thermostat is a 5-wire system, and the blue wire was not connected to the furnace either. And so that's your power. And so I went ahead and there was another wire that was connected to the C, which is your power, and then there was a double connection on like a Y, I believe it was. And so I didn't know if I could actually piggyback and go ahead and have those 2 wires on that C so I can get power to my thermostat. And I didn't even know what it was, the other smaller wire, the 2-wire system. So he said right off the bat that was the compressor unit for the AC unit outside. So I mean, that makes sense. So I was pretty relieved. So I said, well, can I go ahead and just, piggyback on that C for power? And he said, sure, yeah, you can. So that's what I did. So just to keep you up on date. So now we're going to go ahead and start installing some other things, and I'll just go ahead and go over that with you here briefly. Okay, so this is what we've done so far, and this is the wires here, and they keep the labels on there, and that way I can know where they go. So RC goes to RC and so on, and you just insert it in. This tab will go down, and you can take a pair of needle nose and just kind of pry on that a little bit, make sure it doesn't come out, and then just do it for the other ones. And then just go ahead and push this back. So when you put the faceplate on here, the actual thermostat, it doesn't rock. I did go with the large plate because the small one is smaller than what we actually did have before, the older one. So you could see to where it wasn't painted. So I just went ahead and went with this. And it's easy to install. You just drill 2 holes. They're I think 3/16, and they come with anchors and screws. And there's a really nice feature here is they put a bubble here, so you can go ahead and adjust it and make sure everything's level and not cockeyed. So getting ready to put on the faceplate, the actual thermostat, excuse me, right now. So we'll see how that goes here in just one moment. Okay, so what we've done so far is we just went and pushed this on. It makes a nice little click sound so that you know everything is going to be nice and steady in there, and it is firm. So you want to check the side, make sure it's nice and flush around the sides, and then now we're ready to go ahead and go down out in the garage and turn the HVAC power back on, and we'll just go ahead and see what happens then. Alright, here's the end result. After I went online and you had to register it, and you had to set up some settings here actually on this as well, but you go online and register it. You can have other devices in the house that will control it, oh, I don't know, what do we get? Like, we got like one of those Alexas, so she didn't say anything, but that can actually link up to it. So this right now is linked up to obviously a Wi-Fi, so you can see everything on your laptops. I even downloaded an app there on the phone, so it'll show the weather, show the current temperature. It's 6 degrees outside right now, 70 degrees inside. Got it set for 74. Then they'll even ask you like what you want for the summertime, so you can go in and change. There's a plethora of options to this. So so far so good, and we'll see how this does. Obviously, it's going to be doing a lot better than the old thermostat that we had in here. So, but I'm sure I'll give you guys an update on how well we like our new ecobee